The reality now is that sextortionists have an arsenal of tools to trap their victims. Blackmail isn't just a small-time crime you see here and there. It's growing exponentially every year. Some victims lose their families and others battle serious mental health issues. There's one deepfake attack every 5 minutes.
Is sextortion the biggest online threat today? Cybercriminals think they can hide behind screens, threaten entire communities, and get away with it. Our expert team at Cyber Investigation has seen the rise of this cyber threat happen firsthand, beyond the headlines. We've seen the impact of these crimes and how something like a targeted leak can create a massive issue for a victim. Are you willing to pay a sextortionist? Or instead, do you want to know how to fend them off? To help you learn how to push back against cybercriminals, we brought one of our expert analysts. Welcome, Danielle.
Thank you for having me, Evan.
Please tell us about your experience with sextortion and cybercrime overall.
Of course. Well, I've been a cyber investigator for 15 years now, 8 here at Cyber Investigations, and I've dealt with many forms of cybercrime, but none so adaptive and far-reaching as sextortion. That's why our general thought here is that sextortion is the biggest online threat today.
And what's the actual landscape of sextortion?
The reality now is that sextortionists have an arsenal of tools to trap their victims. Models, fake accounts, deepfake tech, which has grown more than anything else in cybercrime. Plus, encryption and VPNs are making life harder for cybercrime units everywhere.
And what's the biggest damage you can list?
Well, in my experience, reputation and job losses. It's difficult to quantify because it affects so many different areas, and everyone is different. Some victims lose their families, and others battle serious mental health issues like depression, panic attacks, even PTSD.
No, that's so hard to hear. We know their usual tactics to do this. The fake accounts, their scripts. I want to take advantage of your knowledge today to take it further. How are phishing and malware adding a level of complexity to this?
So, phishing can take several different forms. It could be a fake call from Social Security or another trusted organization. Or they could write emails with fake links in them that will take you to fake websites. These links could also carry malware that allows them to access your information. And of course, there's always the classic, those emails people get saying, "We've hacked your computer and caught you doing something intimate on your webcam." Free piece of advice? Do not click on that link to their crypto wallet.
That's great advice, yeah. And you mentioned before encrypted messaging apps. How are these used?
Well, here's the thing. We feel safe because of encryption and disappearing messages. These give us a sense of security, but they're also a double-edged sword. Encryption also means you can't track them. Or the disappearing messages, the ones criminals are using to send threats. The pictures and even the content that they hold against you will vanish, leaving you with no evidence against them to take to police or system administrators and report them.
That's terrible. And looking forward, is there more to come?
Unfortunately, yes. Blackmail isn't just a small-time crime you see here and there. It's growing exponentially every year. And now that AI is in play, we've got some serious issues. I read Entrusts cybersecurity report, and they say there's one deepfake attack every 5 minutes. That's a lot, considering they studied 195 countries. Judging by the many data breaches and how open people are online, we'll soon be talking about the entire American population being affected. Fortunately, they're not going to stop at just targeting US citizens. The EU saw this one coming and has been passing legislation to control AI tech in their countries for a while now.
That sounds really alarming. Now, for the users who are watching and don't just want to sit and wait for their turn, what can you recommend?
Simple. Strong passwords, multi-factor authentication, private profiles, or not having social media at all. Although I will admit that one is a bit extreme. Also, basic human traits. Skepticism, doubting. Don't believe everything you see online. Just because a profile has a picture, it does not mean that you're talking to the person in that picture.
Makes sense. And love bombing is being talked about a lot nowadays. Could you please elaborate on that?
Absolutely. Let's talk love bombing. I know that when I read these threads from cases, sometimes I'm thinking to myself, okay, but if someone were saying any of this to me in person, I'd be super uncomfortable. But because it's coming across as a text, victims tend to let their guard down.
Any final advice?
Basically, educate yourself and alert the technologically impaired around you. If you know about this, please talk to your grandpa, your auntie, and all of your elders. They're falling really hard for this. And don't forget to include kids and teenagers. We have a responsibility as a society to keep everyone protected.
Wonderful. Well, there you have it. Danielle's tips for cybersecurity and the entire landscape of threat in 2025. Thanks a lot for your insights.
Thank you for having me.
If you or anyone you know is targeted for sextortion, online blackmail, or other cybercrimes, dial 833-568-3999 or visit cyberinvestigation.com. We'll locate and identify your scammers, and we'll work to keep the internet and your scammer's device clear of your compromising material. Think Cyber Investigation for the solutions you need. Take care, everyone.